his feet, how he holds his head up high when he goes walking by. He's my guy. If he holds my hand, I'm so proud, 'cause he's not just one of the crowd. I bet he's always the one to try the things they've never done, and just because of that they will say, hey,
The beginning of the movie was a lot longer. It was a lot more drawn out, and it was the classic problem, really, I suppose, in a movie of this type, which is about a man going to another country, is that I think the audience, and indeed we, felt that we had to get him to that other country quite quickly.
Yeah, I mean, the original cut, it took about half an hour from the beginning of the film to Bean stepping off the plane. Do you remember that? Literally about half an hour. In the film as it stands now, it's about 10 minutes, and that's much more like it.
Basically, what we cut out was his journey to work, including a scene where he gets stuck in a traffic jam outside Harrods.
It was a hell of a sequence to shoot when you consider we finally cut the thing out.
The driving through the department store sequence is followed by the false legs sequence, which in fact is one of the oldest jokes featured in the movie, not because we'd shot it before, but we'd written the joke years and years before, and we were intending to do it in the television show.
I was never aware of that.
Yes, I'm afraid it's very much from the bottom drawer, that joke, but we thought it was a good one.
So he arrives at work, and then basically he's summoned to meet the board of directors.
Ah, Bean.
Do come in, Mr. Bean. We have splendid news for you.
It's the moment where he's told he's going to go to America. He's absolutely over the moon about it, and has this bizarre notion. He has this bizarre idea in his head that everybody in America is going to be walking around with a gun in their hand.
Are you feeling lucky?
Our loss is America's gain.
There was a very funny joke, or which we always thought was extremely amusing, which might be called the head in the lap sequence on the plane.
In the movie, we see Bean taking a photograph of the man next to him, and we cut the scene later, and the guys changed seats. Because what we actually cut out was the real reason why he actually moved.
are you doing? What's going on? Stewardess! Don't you touch me! Stewardess! Me, I want another dressing. I want it. Don't let him touch me. Don't let him touch me. Give me my briefcase over there. What kind of an airline are you running here?
Please, sir.
Give me that.
I've got blood. I've got blood.
Welcome to Los Angeles International.
Then, of course, there's this whole sequence around Bean's arrival in America.
The biggest lump I think that we cut out of the first cut of the movie was a big quarter of an hour lump, which involves him arriving at the airport and subsequently at the house. The big joke was that the family miss him at the airport because he's arrested.
So what you have is a situation where Bean now turns up at the house, he has the address, he turns up at the house and the family aren't there.
So it's the antics that Bean gets up to when he's in the house alone, and it's the only time in the movie when we might have seen him in the house alone. And finding a Sony Walkman for the first time, which I think, and we must assume it is the first time he's ever seen or used a Sony Walkman.
Of course, he gets inspired musically, so we actually had a whole choreographed sequence there, which Rowan did, which I'm obviously very, very sad to see go, because it was wonderful to see the man so light on his feet. When the family get home, they don't know Bean's in the house. And Bean's wearing the Walkman, please note, so he can't hear anything in the house. So he doesn't know the family are back. The family don't know he's there. And you get a long series of near misses in the bathroom.
Nice.
I mean, there were actually two versions of the turkey scene.
Well, it was because of the very different reactions we got from the European audience to whom we showed the film and the American audience. The American audience really liked and appreciated the turkey sequence at the length it originally was in the movie, in which he actually gets the turkey on his head.
There he is.
Oh, no way. No, that's for Thanksgiving. Allison would kill me. No, there's gotta be something else. Okay, you stuff it, I'll distract them. Drink for Sylvia, here's your sea breeze or
thank you.
Cape Cod or whatever it's called. And a single malt for George. I'm gonna have the same.
Listen, David, Bean's speech is going to be okay.
Oh,
You don't want to die of boredom the second he opens his mouth.
No, I'm sure he'll be fascinating.
Now listen, David, I want a straight answer. What do you think about the mayor?
Maybe I should just go in and help, Dr.
No,
Beale.
Sylvia, no, please sit down. The doctor is in complete control of the situation.
You see, the problem with the mayor is that, well, how can I put this kindly? He's a total idiot. What the city needs is leadership, vision. Vision. No, I don't think you're going to get that from some compromised career politician.
Which is why George should be running for office.
Excuse me.
Fellas all right there?
Yes, thanks. What do you think, 20 minutes? All right. All right. Put some vegetables on it. Come and say hello.
From the moment that he started getting ink on the sneezing on the painting and getting ink on it, to where he finally destroys the face completely, was very, very much longer because we were throwing in every gag we could possibly imagine.
They had the security meeting already.
There was just a limit to how many jokes they were prepared to stomach. And once he'd pushed it out of the window and was on the ledge 50 feet above the security meeting that was going on down below, they thought, oh no, not another, thing with the painting.
We'll be getting substantial support from the LAPD. They've assigned us 50 extra officers for the day. This is such a valuable painting, the fear is that a major criminal could at this very moment be planning to take it from us.
Oh, we're talking weapons here, aren't we? Anyone tries anything, we pop the bastards.
Absolutely, sir. Once we've gotten the general safely inside, our key figure security-wise becomes Dr. Bean.
Glad to hear that.
During his speech, everyone will be gathered together in one room. That's going to be a real challenge. We've got to protect the painting without getting in the good doctor's way. But just to clarify this exterior coverage, we're going to have plainclothes officers stationed around here, and here. And I believe we have a SWAT team in reserve on our right flank, a couple of clicks down the road. So, if anyone with bad intentions visits us tomorrow, they're going to have a very disappointing morning. Compared to our setup here, Fort Knox is a candy store. Well, moving right along.
God.
Wait.
What? Yes. Excellent! It's fantastic! Problem is solved! Apart from the one tiny drawback, that someone will eventually walk through that door, and the first thing they will say is, look, someone has totally destroyed Whistler's mother, let's kill them!
If you remember in the film, he comes out and says, "Morning, everyone," and well, actually, that scene is part of this same sequence that we're talking about here, the breakfast sequence.
And it was a sequence in which, for some reason, in performance, and my characterization of Bean became extraordinarily camp, bizarrely sort of effeminate, and sort of the effeminate chef.
What time is it?
Scrambled eggs, anyone?
No, thank you. Kevin? Shouldn't you be getting to school?
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Waiting for what?
for you to take me.
Your mother normally takes you to school?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Staying all day is to be late. Today when I get to go to work and tell them Whistler's mother now looks like Pinocchio's father. Oh,
Toast. We found that the breakfast scene was getting in the way narratively, and similarly, there's another scene with Burt Reynolds. I think actually
well, it was
probably
his longest and finest hour.
I think it was actually. I mean, yes.
I mean, the moment when he went.
I don't know that he knows that it's not in yet, actually, to be quite honest. But at least we're glad it's on the video, I suppose.
So he's arrived at the gallery, and there's actually a scene where he's introduced to all the employees at the gallery, and of course Bean.
They love you, sir.
And so they should. 50 mil doesn't buy a little brown nosing. I'd like to know what does.
Yeah, yes. This is Bernice Schimmel in charge of PR. Walter Huntley, our merchandise guru.
That jacket is a disaster.
Thank you, sir. Did you notice how the handkerchief acts?
Thank you, Walter. And David, of course, you've already met. And our honored guest from England, Dr. B.
How do you do, Doctor?
I do very well, thank you.
Oh. He's a genius, right?
Oh, very much so, yes, sir. And this is Elmer, in charge of our security arrangements.
Nice set of medals there, Elmer. Where'd you serve? Vietnam, Desert Storm?
Couldn't tell you, sir. I was so drugged up with the killing I didn't know where I was.
That's the spirit, soldier.
The trouble is, you're putting together a film that's going to be 90 minutes long, and you want it to have real narrative drive. It's so important. And sometimes the extra gag, like 2 gags where we've only used 1, we did look at it long and hard and decided that, that we felt we'd done the right thing. I think we did do the right thing, but I don't know, you'll always wonder about it, because there are some very funny things we didn't use.
Side, Santa winds blowing hot from the north. We were born to ride. Roll down the window, put down the top, crank up the Beach Boys, baby. Don't let the music stop. We go ride it till we just can't ride it no more. From the side bay to the valley, from the west side to the east side. Everybody very happy, 'cause the sun is shining all the time. It's like another perfect day. I love LA. We love it. I love LA. We love it. We love it. Look at that mountain. Look at those trees. Look at that bum over there, man. He's down on his knees. Look at these women. Ain't nothing like them nowhere. Century Boulevard. We love it. Victory Boulevard. We love it. Santa Monica Boulevard. We love it. Sixth Street. We love it. We love it. We love LA.
I normally stay till the end as well.